I'm gonna be making some salmon tonight, and this is actually a pretty big piece, so this could probably last me a couple of nights. But I just seasoned it with some salt and then some of the Trader Joe's salmon rub, and then I put some pesto on top, and I'm gonna put it in the air fryer for because it's pretty big, I might do 10 minutes and see. I usually, like, I'll take the skin off when I'm cutting it and serving it, but I cook it with the skin on, and it'll be in the air fryer. And then I'm gonna have some pasta on the side with it, and this is the pesto I was using. This is all ordered off of Instacart. And then I'm going to cook these steamed asparagus spears. I think I could just put them in the microwave. Yeah, the microwave. I did the broccoli, this brand from Walmart, but just trying to get some more veg in the meals, and it's a nice little healthy summer dish that I'm excited about. So yeah, that's Sunday dinner. So here is the finished product. The salmon looks so good, and the asparagus looks whatevs, but I added some lemon pepper, some salt, and a little bit of lemon juice, and then I also put some balsamic vinegar, and then same for the salmon. I just added a little bit of lemon and balsamic for some tanginess. But yeah, it looks pretty good, perfect for summer, and I'm very excited to eat now. Everyone, so I have been very bad at updating you guys this week. I've mostly been doing B-roll, but I haven't been wanting to be on camera for a lot of this week just because I've been dealing with a lot of health stuff, and I've just been on the struggle bus. So I haven't really been in the mood to like catch up and say hi. I have started like a bunch of discussion videos, but I just haven't been feeling my normal self. So I just was like, let's just start this over and just kind of go over what's been going on. So my writing has been like sporadic recently, and I think it's because I'm working on so many different projects. Like I am working on my book still, and I did write some, which you will see in B-roll. I did work on some of that like throughout the week, and then I've also been working on a new script for a TV show. And as you all know, I like to write multiple different stories at once because my mind just wanders a lot. And this story, I've written a book for it like a long time ago, but I never really sat down and like to rewrite the book. And it was like a contemporary book about a high school baseball team, and their like best pitcher, who is also the coach's son, dies in a car crash. And that's kind of where I want the TV show to go, to kind of follow that and the coach, because after the crash he goes to their rival team, and because they gave him an offer that he couldn't refuse. And so there's like this big rivalry situation that I plan on putting into the story. And then I also want to focus on the daughter of the coach, and like a comp for it would be like Friday Night Lights, which is like one of my favorite shows of all time, which I have started rewatching again. And it's a show that I like to rewatch every now and again because it's so good. And that was back when cable and network TV were like peak TV. So yeah, I was writing, kind of outlining it. I started outlining the backstories for my main characters and just like all of their backstories. And yeah, it's gonna be hard to figure out like who of the baseball team I want to focus on. I know I want to focus on like the brother who dies, like his circle of friends on the team, and then maybe like kind of put a couple of, not in the pilot, but like in the future for like seasons, like introduce the team a little bit more. But the pilot is mainly going to focus on the family after the loss, and then also the daughter and what she's currently going through, because like she's kind of trying to start her own path after her brother dies. So I wanted to share with you the mood board that I worked on this morning, and I tried to make it more aesthetic this time and more with the theme of like sports and friendship, because those are kind of like my main themes. And yeah, actually really, I had it differently this morning, but I just rearranged a couple of photos before wanting to show you guys. But here is the mood board. But yeah, I just have a lot of like baseball pictures, like small town, and some like friendship, relationship stuff. And I kind of went with like sunset green undertones. I like to try to match the colors of the photos when I make my mood board. So like I have a couple of like, I have some pictures that are more blue and some that are green and some that are more like sunsetty, vintagey, just so that it kind of has a through line. But yeah, I have been really wanting to write something with this story because I never went back to the novel that I wrote, and I think it would be a really good show. And I feel like it could like be a long running show, which doesn't happen very often anymore. The exception of like comedies sometimes do, but I would really like to have this be back at the like long format of like 20 episodes, because we are following a team and I do want to like spend time with that team. I feel like lately with the shorter seasons, like it's so hard to kind of enjoy the characters because you're only focusing on them for so long. And I miss the long running format. I've been rewatching a lot of shows recently because I also feel like we're kind of in a dead zone with TV shows right now, being the summer. So I've been rewatching like a bunch of high school shows to kind of get myself in that mindset again, because girls graduated high school a long time ago. So, and I want it to be like in the era that I was in high school, because this is also very close home to me. I know this world very closely. I kind of grew up in a small town, but it was surrounded by like a bunch of bigger cities, so it wasn't really like that small town vibe, but it would be like that Friday Night Lights, like small town aesthetic. So yeah, I've just been working on the character outlines, and I can show you that. I might blur some of it out just because I don't want to give too much away. I did write a proposal before, but I'm changing it quite a bit, so I think I'm just gonna rewrite the proposal like once I finish the pilot. So I have like my character, and then I need to like rearrange, but I'm gonna rearrange when I fill everything out. But those are like, I have them separated as teens and then the adults. Sorry, I have like Boy Next Door stuck in my head because I got tickets for them for their tour. My friend actually helped me because I was at work during the pre-sale, but she helped with all the pre-sale stuff. So, and it worked out perfectly, and I am going to see them. I am going to be like second level. It's at Peacock Theater, which isn't my fave venue, but I just wanted to be in the room. Like I knew this was going to be a really tough pre-sale, so I was like, I need to be there. So that's why I did pre-sale, because I just know like they're pretty popular. So I was just like not sure how it was gonna go. Yeah, she said by the time she got in there, the first level was pretty much taken, and they have seats on the side, but either they were already taken or they weren't open. But yeah, I don't know why I can't find I thought I saved it onto, there we go. There's my character mood board. So this is my main character. I just found her on Pinterest. I don't know if she's like just a model. I feel like I see her a lot on Pinterest. And then this is Gabrielle Union, who I want to be the mom. And then obviously I have Coach Taylor as the dad. And I'm biracial, so a lot of my characters are also biracial. But yeah, this guy is in Paradise and a few other things. He's also in Off Campus, but I haven't got to those episodes yet. And then I just found this guy on Pinterest. Again, he seemed like a model kind of person. These two people are gonna be Hannah's best friends. I picked her because I really liked her look, and I kind of wanted her to be the opposite of my main character, like more like of a party animal who's trying to help. Like my main character is just like going through a lot, so I feel like her friend is gonna be like kind of the more chipper, like upbeat person in the room. So yeah, and then her other best friend is gay and he's out, but like in a very small town, so he's kind of like, people are intrigued by him and like want to know about him and like are kind of all up in his business. And then I kind of had envisioned like a relationship with one of the players with him, but the player is not out, he's closeted. So, and I'm thinking with this guy who is one of the players, and he was like the brother who passed away, like best friend. He's the catcher I'm envisioning, and or no, he might be an infielder. I might put him as an infielder, but he like kind of grew up with this family and they're very close. And this guy is Hannah's ex and also best friends with the person who has passed away, and he's also kind of going through it, and he kind of messed up with the relationship and wants to try to revive it, but he's already graduated and Hannah's in her last year of school, and his name's Kyle. Kyle is like going through a lot mentally, but he is deciding to, he didn't go to college because he can't afford it, so he's working with the coach on the new team. And then the old team that they used to play for and coach for, this is the coach. And I put Jensen Ackles when he was in Smallville because he was kind of a coach in that. He was like a football coach. But yeah, I've been rewatching Smallville as well, so it's been great. I love that show. I rewatch it a lot, but it just never gets old, and it's my favorite show of all time. And then 90210, the reboot, I've been rewatching because someone mentioned it in a reel and I was like, oh yeah, I should. That show was so crazy, like so much happened in that show. Those are the updates on writing. I think what I'll do, because I have been reading too, but I might update you guys on that at the end of the week, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, it's been a very weird week and there's just been a lot happening, and I've had to take so many tests, and it's just like I've been exhausted, so I haven't been wanting to be on screen, and there's comebacks happening, so like I have to react to those because I'm back to reacting stuff. But yeah, there's just been a lot, and something happened with Mark Lee, and I'm very upset because yeah, at this rate, like there's no excuses. Like there are absolutely zero excuses. He wore a shirt with a Confederate flag on. I might do a short on this, but I'm still trying to figure out like what I want to say about it. I do speak up about this stuff as a Black biracial K-pop fan. But yeah, Mark Lee, if you don't know, if you're more into like the writing stuff or whatever, he's from NCT. He left NCT and SM to go make his own label and to center more about his religious beliefs because he is very religious. He has been very open about his religion, and solo album was called The First Fruits, and there was a lot of like religious undertones in it. And like everyone has their own thoughts and opinions on religion, but I, you know, I have my own thoughts about religion, but also like that, and I almost defended him because I was like, because people were, you know, why is he opening like a Christian label? Why is he doing this? And like he can do whatever he wants to do as an adult. But then he put on a Confederate flag shirt, and I was like, that's not what we meant, Mark. That's not what we meant when you can do whatever you want. So now it just left a sour taste in my mouth, and people are defending him because, oh, he shouldn't know, like he doesn't know about this. And yes, he is Korean, but also it's 2026. If you don't know what a flag is on your shirt, you could look it up on the internet. We have the internet. I mean, you have a lot of Black K-pop stans who are very open about discussing racism because there is so much racism in K-pop, and you should look up that flag if you don't know what it is. But he knows. He is from Canada. He lived in the US while he was like being educated in the US. You know, like you should definitely know. Even the boys discussed this, which I actually really appreciated. They had a conversation because for their music video stylish, they had to wear do-rags, and they have a couple of Canadians in that group, and I think maybe an American. I listen to them casually. I don't fully stand the boys, but I definitely listen to them casually. I think 2 of them were talking about it in a live, and they were, yeah, we had like asked our stylist about this. Why should we wear this? Just for styling purposes, but because it was what the company wanted, they like couldn't not wear it. It's like the company gave it to the stylist for them to wear, and most of the time when that is happening, it's usually because you're doing a more hip-hop song, and that's what they think hip-hop is like putting a do-rag on you. But they actually like discussed it and like talked about it, and like they didn't want to do it, but they had to. So people know. And it's so frustrating when people are defending these idols acting like as if they just are completely unaware of everything. Even though K-pop is so global now, there should be no excuses whatsoever. No excuses. Like, I've been to Korea and I got so many weird looks when I was there, and it just looked like I was getting stared at like everywhere I went. And it was very hard too because they also really only speak Korean. And usually the restaurant workers, they were very like nice, took my order, but I also just felt like they were just like, why am I here? And I just felt like I was, you know, like a villain, just like running around town. But they are very aware of us. Like they are very aware of us. K-pop has literally stemmed from Black culture and Black hip hop, and you can't argue that. Like K-pop did not start, it's so hard for me to discuss this, but K-pop started as like hip hop with the first K-pop group. It was not something of their own music. Like I can't really definitively say what is K-pop because it takes different genres from around the world. It's hard for me to be like, oh, K-pop isn't really K-pop anymore because like they keep speaking English and all this and that, but never was Korean. If I'm gonna be completely honest, the only distinctual thing about it was that they are speaking Korean. And the same thing with J-pop. Like they take from different cultures. I feel like aesthetically, like J-pop has a very different aesthetic than K-pop, especially in their music videos and even in movies and stuff. Like Japanese films, like they're so aesthetically pleasing and all of that, but like I can't really distinguish K-pop from like anything else because they just take from all these different cultures. So, but I still enjoy the music, I still enjoy the content, but it's hard for me to defend these people when they just have, you know, continuously taken from others. So yeah, when I saw that shirt, I was just like, and I just, whenever this stuff happens, I try to disengage because people are just so ignorant and racist, and it's like, I can't, like, there's no reason to argue because they are just so, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, I'm not. You have no idea how it is to be a Black K-pop stan and how it is to be in this world that we are in, like in America right now. So yeah, I was just over it. So anyways, that ended up being a really long tangent. But this might end up just being a random like vlog discussion video. I don't know. This ended up being super long. I just looked at the time. I've gotten so many questions of like why I listen to K-pop, and it's like I kind of grew out of pop a little, like a westernized pop, because I felt like everything kind of sounded the same. But now I feel like K-pop is starting to sound the same a lot, like with this year especially, because it's such a fast product. Like they have to put out so many products like quarter essentially, because there's so many groups. I feel like they're kind of getting lazy with the music a little bit. So I'm also like not sure if I'm potentially like falling out of love with K-pop, which is like, I've been in it since 2020, so it's been a while. Like I still enjoy going to the concerts because I love their performance aspect of it, but just the engagement of being a K-pop creator as well as like a fan and being Black, like it's a lot. I still like aspects of it, so it's like I'd probably just go back to listening to indie music to be honest. I mean, I have some of my, you know, favorite artists and stuff like that, but yeah. So anyway, that's where I'm at with that, and it was just very upsetting because it seems like every other month something happens and I'm exhausted. It's exhausting trying to explain to people like this is wrong and like we should not have to do that. I also had to do that in grad school, so it's just a constant battle. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna end this here because I was all of a sudden in a chatty mood apparently and just kind of went off on a tangent. But yeah, that's what's been going on, and I will see you all later.